Hey guys, it's JimBlade8304 here, and in this video, we're starting a new series where I will be ranking every Ninjago set from every year over the next 15 weeks, starting with the first year of 2011. There are 15 sets to rank in this video, but first we have to establish a couple rules that will be followed throughout this series. 1. No gimmick sets, like the spinners, booster packs, anything like that. 2. No poly bags. And number 3, no promotional sets. 4+ sets will be included. With that being said, let's get started with the list. Coming in at number 16 is set 2518 Knuckles ATV, had 174 pieces, released in January of 2011 for $25, which in today's money is about $36.60. For the record, inflation will be calculated as of June 2025 for consistency's sake, just to keep everything consistent, because I was doing these at different times throughout the later portion of 2025, so I just decided to go with June. Anyway, this set doesn't have much to offer. This was never featured in the show. The best thing about it is it comes with the Kai DX spinner, and that's really the only good thing I could have to say about it. It's just not that great of a set. At number 15 is set 2516 Ninja Training Outpost, had 45 pieces, also January 2011, retailed for $5, and in today's money it's about $7.31. This was the cheap way to get a Cole minifig in this wave. It didn't come with a gold weapon, just a small build and then a target. Didn't come with a spinner or anything like that, so that's why it's so low. It's just not that great of a set, and there's not much worth buying with this one. At number 14 is set 2520 Ninjago Battle Arena, had 463 pieces, also January 2011, and retailed for $50. This set is just a spinner battle arena. You got a couple spinners, some trading cards or playing cards, whatever you want to call them, and a decent enough build, but just nothing that really stands out compared to some of the other sets that were released in 2011. At number 13 is set 2519 Skeleton Bowling. This set had 7 minifigs, 371 pieces, and despite the fact it had 7 minifigs, 6 of them were training dummies. It says 7, that's an error on my end, apologies. It was a $30 set, about $44 in today's money. Cool gimmick for a spinner set. It was the only way to get the JDX spinner, which was nice, but overall, it doesn't have too terribly much to offer. No golden weapon included with this one. And this was, I believe, a limited edition set. I believe it was a Toys R Us exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. At number 12 is set 2258 Ninja Ambush. Had 71 pieces, 2 minifigs, Kai and Bonsai. Released for $7, and that's about $10.24 in today's money. This set is better than the other small cheap set of the wave because it comes with 2 minifigs and you actually get a golden weapon. I don't know why the Scythe of Quakes is the one of choice in this one. I think the Sword of Fire would have made more sense, but maybe not. Not really too sure what that's about. Solid little set, cheap way to get Kai and a skeleton, so not a bad value here. At number 11 is set 2254 Mountain Shrine, 169 pieces, 2 minifigs, even though one of them is technically a training dummy, and you also get Kai DX and his spinner in this set. Retail for $20, which is about $28.50 in today's money, $28.46 to be exact. This was an August 2011 set. This is a fine set. It comes with a spinner, it comes with cards, nothing too super crazy special about it. It's better than the other spinner sets that we've seen so far, in my opinion, though. Cracking the top 10 of our list is set 2508 Blacksmith Shop. Has 189 pieces, 2 minifigs, and retail for $20, which is about $28.57 in today's money when it released on June 1st, 2011. This set is fine. It is getting a remake or update or redesign in 2026 with the 4 Weapons Blacksmith Shop. This set doesn't show off the fact that it's supposed to be 4 weapons, I believe, but it's a fine little set. It has a nice play feature. You can check out the review on the channel if you're interested. Solid set, but not better than some of the other ones coming up. At number 9 is set 2509 Earth Dragon Defense. Had 227 pieces, 2 minifigs, and released for $35, which is $50 in today's money. This was a June 2011 set. This was actually my first Ninjago set ever. Despite the fact that it was my first, doesn't mean that I particularly love it the most out of all of these sets. It should have had better design for the wings. I understand it's an Earth Dragon, but it should have had better wings, and the fact that it doesn't really have any is kind of sad in my opinion. Cracking the top half of our list at number 8 is 2259 Skull Motorbike. Had 157 pieces, 2 minifigs, released for $15, which is about $22 in today's money. It released in January 2011. It was a cheap way to get Jay and the Nunchucks of Lightning, which was nice. The build itself is pretty fine. I like the design of the motorcycle. It's not too ridiculously oversized. It is pretty accurate to what was seen on screen, so that gets a plus in my book as well for that. At number 7 is set 2504 Spinjitzu Dojo. Had 373 pieces, 3 minifigs, which seems low for a $50 set, and that's about $73.22 in today's money. Released in January 2011. This is a fine representation of what I believe is supposed to be the Monastery training course, but I believe the Legacy set, the Monastery Spinjitzu, does it so much better. You get Sensei Wu's spinner in here, the non-black suit version of his minifig. You get Knuckle and Zane. You get the Shuriken's Vice in the set, which is fine. The set is alright at best, but the Legacy remake of this is significantly better. Coming in at number 6 is set 2260 Ice Dragon Attack. Has 158 pieces, 2 minifigs, released for $20 in January 2011, which is about $29.28 in today's money. This is the smallest of the 4 Dragon sets from the 2011 wave of sets, but it's still a decent set nonetheless. I like the color scheme used. The transmedium blue looks pretty nice. You get Zane DX and the Shuriken's Vice in the set, which is great. The Zane DX did come in a spinner set, so it's not the cheapest way to get him. But it's still a good looking dragon, and I think it captures Shard's look pretty decently in my opinion. Cracking the top 5 of our list is set 2263 Turbo Shredder. Had 298 pieces, 3 minifigs, and was $30, which is about $44 in today's money. This set is pretty solid. It's a nice build. It has a nice chomping feature when you move the tracks along, and the skull head at the front opens and closes. It's pretty nice. You get Jay and Cole in a relatively cheap set. You get the Scythe of Quakes, which does come in a cheaper set. But overall, this set is not bad, and that's what gets it the number 5 spot on the list. At number 4 is set 2506 Skull Truck. Has 515 pieces, was $60, and it's about $86 in today's money. It released in June 2011, had 4 minifigs. You got Jay, Zane, Lord Garmadon, and Whiplash. Nice combination of minifigs. I like the design of the truck. It's pretty show accurate in my opinion, and I think it's a pretty good build as well. The minifigs are fine, nothing too crazy. You get the Nunchucks of Lightning as the collectible for this set. Overall, it has a lot of good play features to it, and that's what gets it the number 4 spot. At number 3 is set 2505 Garmadon's Dark Fortress. Had 518 pieces, 6 minifigs, and was $70, which is about $102 in today's money when it released in January 2011. Overall, this set is really good. Has a lot of cool features. Has that skeleton spider thing that looks really nice. Has Lord Garmadon, Kai, Nia, Samukai, which is one of my favorite minifigs of all time for Ninjago. And it's a really good set in my opinion. I don't see too much wrong with this, and I think it's very deserving of the number 3 spot. Before we get to the top 2, let me know how you would rank the 2011 sets in the comments down below, or even just tell me what your favorite set is. With that being said, let's get into the number 2 set. Coming in at number 2 is set 2521 Lightning Dragon Battle. Had 645 pieces, 4 minifigs, $80 at release in June 2011, which is about $114 in today's money. The skeleton helicopter is fantastic. That could have been its own set for like $15-20, and I think that still would have been cool. The Lightning Dragon is an absolutely incredible design. I got this during the quarantine streams when we were doing that back in 2020. Absolutely fantastic set. I love this one, but not as much as our number 1 set. And coming in at number 1 should be no surprise to anyone, is set 2507 The Fire Temple. 1,174 pieces, $120 at release in June 2011, which is about $171.47 in today's money. 7 minifigs, you get Samukai again, you get Kai DX, Zane, Nia, Sensei Wu in his black robe, Lord Garmadon, and Cruncha as well to round out the selection. You get an awesome build for Flame, the Fire Dragon, and a really cool design for the Fire Temple, and an awesome play feature. I got this for an absolute steal on eBay many years ago, and I have loved this set ever since, and it is my favorite 2011 set. And there you have it. That is my ranking from worst to first of every Ninjago 2011 set. Let me know how you would rank these sets in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next week with the 2012 ranking. And as a reminder, we will be doing this every week until we get to the 2025 sets, and that will release on January 14th, 2026, Ninjago's exact 15th year anniversary. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Jimblade8304, signing off. Bye.